when God made the covenant with Abraham, he actually made it with himself. He put Abraham to sleep, and he made the covenant. The Father made the covenant with the Son, with Jesus. And he says, hey, if the humans don't obey me, if they break this covenant, let what happens to you, Jesus, on their behalf, let what happened to that sacrificed animal, that innocent animal, happen to you, Jesus. And guess what? Humans broke the covenant. They did not obey God. They broke the covenant. Jesus then honors the covenant. He honors his word. He is God's word. He honors it. And what happened to the innocent animal happens to Jesus. But he did it so the covenant can remain intact. And so all we have to do is receive that covenant. And it says, Jesus became poor so that we could be rich. What's the covenant? Jesus became poor so that we could be rich. And so if you've received him, then you receive the kingdom. You inherit the kingdom. You are a child of God who has an eternal inheritance that you can't earn and you can't unearn. There's nothing you can do to get it, nothing you can do to get rid of it. You just stop blocking it with your beliefs. It's in giving that we receive, but it's in receiving that we give. Most people miss that part. And anybody here ever given to someone poured out from your heart, like given this gift, and they didn't receive it very well? How'd that feel? Not very good. But what if you gave from your heart and the person was like, oh my God, this is the most amazing thing ever? How would that feel for you when they receive like that? Feels good. So what is the greatest gift that you can give to a really great giver? Put it in the chat. What's the greatest gift that you can give to a really great giver? To be a great receiver. And so God is the greatest giver that has ever existed. And the greatest gift that we can give to God is to do what? To be a great receiver. He's just looking for someone who can I give everything to, and it won't destroy them. That's what he's looking for. And so that's why you're here. Because God has put out a call. He says, I need some people that I can give the inheritance to, because right now the wicked are ruling the world. And if I let them continue to do that any longer, they're going to destroy everything. And I have to cut this short, or else no one would survive. And so I need a remnant that I can give the inheritance to. And so the wealth of the wicked is stored up for the righteous, meaning those global elites that everybody thinks, oh, they're all in control and we're their slaves. How the story ends is the righteous, the meek, get everything. And so the only reason God let the global elite build anything was because they were our slaves the entire time. So who here is ready and willing to be on the winning end of the largest transference of wealth in human history? If you are ready and willing to be on the winning end of the largest transference of wealth in human history, put a big giant yes in the chat and say, I am. And if that is true, the first step is to clear your debt. Who here would love for all of your debts to be cleared right now? There's no more debts. They're gone. And so it appears without, though it is within. When we were born into sin, sin is debt. It's a debt reality. We're in debt. And we don't have any way to pay our way out. We're bankrupt. We're born into bankruptcy. We're born into sin. So it appears without, though it is within. No wonder the dollar, which people are thinking is their God, their source, what's going to give them, provision, make sure that they can have a good life. No wonder that what people are worshiping is a black hole of debt that there's no way out of, because it's a perfect representation of what's going on inside of the people. But when you receive grace, your debts are cleared. And you enter into a new reality, a new world, a new realm. You're a child of God. You inherit the kingdom. There's no more hustling, grinding, struggling, and suffering until you die. That's over. And so God made the covenant with Abraham, but knowing that Abraham was going to fail, Jesus took his place. God the Father put Abraham to sleep, made the covenant with Jesus, and then said, okay, Jesus, became poor so that we could become rich. And so then what happened whenever Jesus went to the cross, God's chosen people, the Jewish people, rejected Jesus. Now, God already knew that was going to happen. It looked like a change of plans, but it wasn't a change of plans. That was always the plan. Because what happened after that, we went from the old covenant to the new covenant. Once Jesus went to the cross, we went from the old covenant to the new covenant. The old covenant was all about the promise that Jesus is, which is the Messiah for the Jewish people, God's chosen people. So when Jesus first showed up, he showed up as the Messiah, as the promise for God's chosen people. For who? For God's chosen people, the Jews. But the Jews, God's chosen people, rejected Jesus.